Hello, everyone. Welcome to Thursday night. It is time to talk to me. And I am Tanya. And boy, do I have a doozy for you tonight. I'd like for all of you on Twitch to play along. You're going to need a piece of paper and a pen because this is going to be a good time. So, before we get started with anything, I want to welcome out my two partners in crime, Lee Cuthbert and Scoop Dawson. Here they come. Look at there. You are drinking it out of the bottle just like I told you to, just like Mama said.
It is better. You're right. This is delicious.
So good.
So good.
That $9 wine tastes like a $75 bottle of wine now.
Oh, getting hints of.
So, guys, I don't know if you know it or not. You've probably seen all the memes that are going around about it, but this week marks 1 year in quarantine for all of us. 1 year. It's a long time. So, I was sort of thinking about what's happened in the last year. What's happened in the last year, right? And there's been a lot of really, as bad as it has been for a lot of people, I would say there's been a lot of really good things that have come out of it. Like for myself, I feel like if this year has probably been a really good, like maybe personal growth year for people because you've kind of had to slow your life down. You know, you kind of have to like take a step back and you're not go all the time. So you've kind of gotten.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Have you slowed down? I'm good with it too. I like working from home.
I like working from home because of the convenience, but I'm getting tired of staying in my house all day. Like it's almost like that. I wake up and just walk downstairs and I'm at work.
I feel the same way, and I figured out that sort of breaking the monotony is just like taking a lunch, making yourself like take that lunch break and running to the grocery store, running and putting gas in your car, something to get out of the house because I was suffering from that for a long time. But I have something very fun planned tonight. Lee's giving us a tour of Howie. Look at Howie the dog.
Yep. I'm dog sitting for Howie. There he is. He just wanted his close up. There we go.
Howie. So I have something I think kind of fun planned tonight. I have some questions I'm going to ask. And everybody who's like watching, I think you should like really answer these questions for yourself. I think you should get a piece of paper, get a pen. I think you should answer these questions for yourself because I think it's good to put a positive spin because we all tend to get a little bit negative about this. And, let's make it positive, shall we? And to help us make it positive, I have a wonderful panel of friends and comrades from whole world here with us tonight. So let's welcome up Allie, Cameron, Sarah, Daniel, John, and Starla. Look at them. Look at their beautiful faces. Yay. Okay, cool. So everybody's got their paper and their pen, right? Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to start it off. So we're going to go back in time a little bit. So we're going to go back to 2020. Think back to 2020. And I want you guys to think about 3 things that you thought you were going to do in 2020. Write down 3 things that you thought you were going to do in 2020. I'll give you just a second. It's like match game. Matt, in the booth, are you writing yours down? He's totally lying to me. He said, "Oh, yeah." And now he's cackling because he knows he is busted. 3 things you thought you were going to be doing in 2020. I will go ahead and tell you guys what I thought I was going to be doing. I thought I was going to have a nice Caribbean vacation. That was number 1. Did not happen. But that's okay. It's okay. The Caribbean's still around. I can go another day. Right? Okay. It looks like some of you are finished. Lee, I see that you might be finished. So what are 3 things you thought you were going to be doing in 2020?
Well, I thought I'd be doing a lot of improv on stage at Whole World. I was in the last show that they did on March 13th, and it was really fun. Yeah, it was great. And then that was it. So that was number 1. As you know, I play in a 70s cover band called the Susie French Connection, and we were going to play our 20th anniversary show in June of 2020. That didn't happen, and the club where we're going to play closed. And so we'll see what we're going to do in the future. And I also had a vacation, a cruise down the Danube with my mom and my sister. So didn't do that either.
Yeah, because you're a big cruiser, right? You guys like a cruise.
Well, we've gone on one, and it rocked really hard. Anytime my mom wants to take us on a cruise, I'm totally down.
You're like, yeah, we can do that. So
Absolutely.
Scoop, I saw that you looked like you were finished pretty early. What do you got?
I was going to sign up for a stand-up class like at the beginning of the pandemic, but then that hit, and then I was supposed to be 1, 2, 3 Cancun in May, and then I thought I was gonna be living my best life.
Well, I mean, I think we have to look at this in a positive light. Cancun is still there.
Yeah,
You're still able to go.
I can still take a stand-up class.
You can still take a stand-up class. What's to say you're not living your best life right now, Scoop?
And I think I am.
Look at that. Everybody drink because Scoop is very positive. Cheers to Scoop for being positive.
Is that a tall boy of White Claw?
It is.
Oh, ouch. Okay, sorry.
So, Daniel Clanton, what are 3 things you thought you would be doing?
Number 1, my family was planning, because we all coordinate our schedules whenever we plan on taking a trip to Philadelphia, where a majority of my family lives. So that was going to happen in 2020. It did not. And I was planning on enjoying the Final Four festivities that were going to happen here in Atlanta. So once that got canceled, that went out the window. And I was looking forward to enjoying my yearly viewing of the Eurovision Song Contest in 2020. That got canceled as well. And just a bonus one, I was looking forward to going to Golden Corral in 2020. Didn't make it, not one time. So,
are you a Golden Corral fan?
Yeah, I promise you, my apartment that I moved in before here, one of the major selling points was it was across the street from the Golden Corral. I'm not lying.
Okay, and it is when it's safe to go back to buffets, and we know it will be. Daniel, you and I will have a lunch date. I haven't been to Golden Corral in years. Years. It's probably been 20 years.
Isn't it all gristle? It's just a heaping steam table of gristle, right? That's pretty much it.
Stop, Lee.
But
you want to come too?
I want to go to the breakfast buffet though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they have a breakfast buffet? Stop it.
Yeah, you just have to get up early to go though. I at the time when I lived there, I didn't wake up early enough to hit the breakfast buffet. But
oh my God. I didn't know that. Okay, Allie, you look like you have your 3 ready to go.
I do have my 3. Well, the first one, The Apprentice cast a week before COVID. So I thought I would be in my first show on stage in the theater at some point in 2020. That didn't happen. And my last one, I moved into my new house in January of 2020, and I figured at some point my house, I would be all settled in. And even though this whole pandemic quarantine thing happened, I'm still not settled in. I still have not unpacked.
I love it.
Like the pandemic encouraged me to be more lazy, so.
But okay, so let me ask you, do you think that might have been a good thing? Do you think that might have been the universe's way of saying slow down?
Yeah, I do. I think the pandemic, the whole quarantine thing has so many positives because yeah, I'm always on the run and I'm always busy. So it's good to slow down.
Oh, everybody drink to Allie because she's positive. Okay. John Mahalik. 3 things for 2020. What do you think he'd be doing?
Because I was unemployed. I got laid off in January. So even before that, I actually had 2 trips planned. You know, I had a trip to St. Simons and I had a trip for a zip line trip. So those actually both got canceled, but COVID would have canceled them anyways, right? And then, the project I was working on, I work in satellite communications. I'm a system engineer. I build things that track satellites and talk over them. And I was on one of the most fun projects I had. It was one of the most challenging, systems I've ever worked on. So that I didn't get to finish that, obviously. And then I thought I'd be a lot further on in my current novel that I'm writing.
Wait a minute. Okay, I'm going to need to take a pause.
Mm-hmm.
Who here knew John was writing a novel? Raise your hand if you knew. John, you're a damn dirty dog. What's it called?
The working title is called The Dregs.
What's it about?
This is in the future, and it is a heist.
Look at you. But okay, so let's make it positive, John. Let's make it positive. You have a new job, right?
Oh yeah, finally, thank God.
Do you like your new job?
Yeah, it's weird. I've never been a remote worker before, but yeah, I like it.
They're probably watching. Wanted to throw that out.
If they are, how far can I go with the language? Can I just look right in there and F off?
I'm just.
So, and you're writing your novel, so you've got time to finish it, right?
Well,
did it make you rethink anything in your novel, like going into quarantine? Did it make you like become an over analyzer? Because I feel like maybe this is just me. I feel like being in quarantine has made me like question like everything before I make a decision. And I'm usually like a fly by the seat of my pants person. So every time I second guess myself, I'm like, who are you? Just fucking do it. Just do it. And then this other little voice goes, wait a minute now. And I it's weird. I've become more cautious.
No, I know exactly what you're saying, Tanya. And yeah, those little voices in your head, oh, this isn't any good. And I'm just like, write it anyways. But I would spend a whole day virtually job hunting. And and I had recruiters coming at me, a lot of them because of what I do, but nothing was panning out. So, and that takes a lot of energy to do that. I mean, everybody can relate to job, looking for jobs, and I had to do it for months. So it would take a lot of energy to do that. And then by the time I was there to sit down, because the worst part of writing, any writer will tell you, is actually typing and actually doing the writing. And
it's almost like by the time you got is like you've been staring at a computer screen looking for a job the whole time, and then like by the time you sit down and go write, like I'm looking at another computer screen, your brain is dead.
Yeah, no, that's exactly right, Scoop. That is, and but
for sure. Well, cool, but you can still finish your novel. This is the positive. These are all the positives. You have a job. You can finish your novel. And you're going to be able to travel soon. I believe that. I'm manifesting it right now. So, okay. I'm coming to Cameron and Sarah. And the only reason they are together right now is because they are married. So they don't have to maintain Sarah. What are the 3 things you guys thought you'd be doing in 2020?
Well, we considered that we're 2 people, so we picked 6 things, but they're
Yep.
kind of separate. I'll go first. On the same vein, I was unemployed. I was actually unemployed before the start of 2020. So I decided I'm going to take a extended vacation and start looking for a job like mid-January. So, I mean, I was like on the job hunt, just kind of doing it. And then the pandemic hit, and it was like, well, I guess like all the ones that I was like applying for are no longer necessary. Or they're just like, it's not possible. I'm like, well, that's great. Because they're like, no, we don't want to hire new people for this. So
that was the thing. I ran into that too, Cameron. You know, just we froze our workforce.
I got so many emails. They're like, we're no longer hiring for any.
But make it positive, Cameron.
Oh, well, I did get a job. Yes, I did. And it, I mean, from all the other options, I'd say it's really pretty good. I'm working for UPS, and I mean, pays good, benefits are fantastic.
And you get to work from home.
I get to work from home. I have been in the office 3 times total. And each time was probably on average like 30 minutes. The next thing is I thought I was going to go see My Chemical Romance at Music Midtown. Yeah, that didn't happen.
No.
I was like, they're finally coming to do concerts, and then this happened. I'm like, of course. And then the last thing, since I procrastinate a whole lot, this really didn't help. I was gonna do write and perform a stand-up. Yeah, I was like, well, guess I won't be in front of people for a while, so I'll push that one off.
But the beauty of stand-up to me, I could be wrong, I've never done stand-up, but I feel like the experiences we've all been through in the past year, if you wanted to stand up, you got a whole shit ton of material now.
And I'm planning on one coming right up, and we got a lot of material now.
Yeah. We could all do it. We should have an open mic night one night.
You got it at Urban Tree. They're
Yeah.
gonna be doing that.
Open mic though.
Well, I mean, you can talk to them.
Go ahead and take
We'll get you all up there.
Oh, wait, what, Scoop?
I thought about taking the class virtually, and then I was thinking about like, what if like I'm doing my stand-up performance virtually, and then it's like a whole bunch of folks like boo, or like somebody just types in the chat, boo.
Scoop is like, I couldn't take it. I couldn't take your typed out boos. I love it. Okay, Sarah, what did you think you were going to have going on?
Well, the biggest thing that got pushed back was, I mean, like for everybody, I'm a teacher, as you know. So I thought I was going to, have the 8th grade dance for my kids. I thought they were going to go on a field trip. And the biggest thing is I thought I was going to be able to say goodbye to them when they moved on to high school. But putting a positive spin on it, I did go to some of their houses, and, I did the whole teacher in the pandemic thing and delivered candy and bubbles and stuff. So that was fun.
I think they probably get very attached to their students after having them for a year. And I think this has been a big loss for them. I think 2020 and leading into 2021 in a lot of ways is a big loss for teachers. So kudos to all the teachers out there, because it's tough. You guys are working double duty, teaching online and face-to-face, and it's
at
tough.
the same time.
Yep. So what was your number 2?
My number 2 was I was in 401 when the pandemic started, and I was supposed to graduate in April. And I did not graduate until the middle of January of 2021. So I thought I was going to graduate improv in 2020, but I didn't. So, but I did in 2021. So positive.
That's right. See, you did it. All right. I just let Sharon Powell in. She's joining us late.
Yay.
So what was your third?
My third thing is I was really going to be like super healthy and active in 2020. And I was going to learn to cook. And I actually did that. So I learned how to cook.
Look at that.
You were forced.
Starla, your fans in Twitchville are like saving the best for last. Starla, what are the 3 things you thought you'd be doing in 2020?
Number one, I thought I would have money. And that just didn't work out for me. I am a bus driver. I realize that teachers work very hard, but we have to have those little brats for 20 minutes and they are buck ass wild for those 20 minutes. And you can't yell at them because they're somebody's baby. Now, we don't have them like Sarah has her kids, and so she knows them and she loves them, and we get to know some of the kids, but most of them just run buck ass wild, and you're just sitting there and you're going, shut up, the South Park lady that says, sit down and shut up. Okay, that's not me. It is not me, but it could be. So that's all I'm saying about that. But we work hard too. And
you do. I did not know you were a bus driver.
I am and have been for a long time. And I just would like to say that out of all the presidents, no matter whose side you're on or whatever, that doesn't concern me at all. But it was very exciting to hear Biden say the word bus driver. I mean, he actually said, nobody has said anything about bus drivers, but Biden said, thank the bus drivers. And I just thought that was super great because, we don't get any kind of credit whatsoever.
All right. I'm going to give you some credit right now. Everybody raise your glass. Here is to Starla and all the bus drivers out there, because I know when my children were younger, they were assholes. They do grow out of it.
Yes, they do.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for driving our babies, because they are real shit sometimes, and you are appreciated. Here's to Starla.
This is to all the bus drivers, because nobody gets any credit. The little bus drivers, the big bus drivers, the bus drivers that only drive to baseball, football games. I mean, there's a myriad of different effects of who does what. So because the COVID, I'm sorry, I'll be quiet. Go ahead, Scoop.
You keep going. I just had a question after you got done.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but if you need to ask it now, you're welcome to.
Ask it now, Scoop. Ask it now.
I mean, I don't want to stop you.
Okay, so
he's gonna ask it now. Here he comes.
Okay.
I know it's not y'all. I know it's not y'all making like the kids moving out the bus slow. Like it's the kids. Mm-hmm. I realize it every day because it's like a bus stop right in front of my apartment. Like it's like a mile long traffic thing because the kids don't want to get out the bus. Mm-hmm. Like
when I sat in rush hour traffic and I got behind a bus, I would be like, kid, you better move your ass. Get on that bus.
I hate it because I know they're going to take forever to get them kids off the bus. I taught mine how to get off. Everybody get ready because we're getting into school. We got to get off the bus. Get off the bus. Go, go, go. And I really did. That's how I do my kids. So, and the teachers who are standing there in the rain that have to greet the children are grateful because like I'm going, get off the bus. Get off the bus. no dallying, no dillying. Get off the bus. So, okay.
Those little kids.
I'm done now. Yes, that's right.
Oh, I'm getting off the bus.
That's right. You got to scare them. Get off the bus. Right. It was Sarah's already said, we didn't graduate when we were supposed to. And my, I expected to be doing behind the scenes work, the grunt work that you have to do while you're moving up along the lines and stuff. I expected that. None of that happened. 51, mind you, but 50 just sounds cooler. How old are you? I'm 50.
Wait, hold on. I'm confused. So the COVID knocked your birthday off the calendar?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, I was supposed to be 51 in August, but I chose not to have a birthday so that I could continue to be 50. You know that Saturday Night Live skit of that lady saying, I'm 50. I want to kick and stretch and well, see,
and kick because I'm 50 years old.
That's right. I always thought that was
Sally
crap.
O'Malley.
It is not. It is not crap. When you turn 50, you want to tell hell yeah, I made it to 50.
But
I'm half a century old.
But you don't stay 50. I mean,
who's going to tell me I can't stay 50, John? Nobody.
But it went around the sun still.
It don't matter. 50.
You don't get to argue with physics.
50. Okay. Guess what, John? On August 28th of this year, guess how old I'll be?
51.
No. 50.
John, you'll learn not to argue with Starla.
You don't get to choose.
Yes, I do.
Well, okay, I'm gonna weigh in on that. You do get to choose. There's a couple get to choose.
Right.
We're gonna settle it there. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Scoop, you have a question.
See, I was gonna say that like since COVID hit in 2020, I would say 2020 was like a leap year, like a whole leap year. Like it's not like how the leap year is February, like February, what you just said. But
yeah.
Like skip that whole year and everybody's like I'm 30, like Starter said.
It was a leap year.
I don't
John,
need that,
do you have proof, John, that we actually revolved around the sun?
Thank you. We are flat.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Until you give me solid proof.
I'm going to stop y'all there. I'm going to move on to the next question because Sharon, you're going to answer this question. So I want you guys to think about something you have started doing over quarantine that you never thought you would start doing. What's something you've started doing over quarantine? Write it down so you remember that you have started doing that you never thought you would start doing. I'm going to tell you what mine is while you guys are thinking.
Okay.
So I started watching. I've told Lee and Scoop this. It's so bad. I have dropped into a thing. And you see what kind of jewelry comes out of the middle. And I started watching it. And I've messed up my Facebook algorithm because that's all that shows up in my feed now. That's like suggested for you. And I can't stop. I can't stop because she's like, this could be a chance for a ring worth $3,500. Okay, let's see what you got. And then it's always like, this is
glitter in it. And it is, you don't know how good this smells. This room is filled with strawberries.
Starla and I have the same algorithm. I'm telling you. Okay, so Lee, I'm going to come to you. What's something you started doing over quarantine that you never thought you would do?
I don't know about never thought. I did a lot of cleaning and organizing and cooking, but I was able for the first time to go back and do a whole bunch of hot yoga, which I started doing in 2005, and then this a week. So I'm doing a lot of sweating, and I've enjoyed that. That's
good. So you figured out that you could take time for Lee. That you could take time for Lee and do something Lee enjoys.
Yes, well, Lee enjoys it after, not during. During is horrible.
All right, Scoop. What's something you started doing over quarantine that you did not think you would do?
I started embracing not going home more. The past couple of times I've been there, like, for like 2 weeks. That's why I was there for like 2 weeks, so I can go and get out the way.
I love that. You're a softie, Scoop. You're a softie. You're like an M&M. You've got that hard exterior. Allie, what about you? What is something you've started doing? And we can be weird here. What is something you started doing that you were kind of
So I am a huge hoarder, and I went home to my found like the weirdest things, like grocery store receipts. Like when you're like 5 and you just like write a receipt. Like I saved all of that stuff, or like a Sesame Street 2-year-old birthday party napkin. I just found like in my cabinet. So yeah, I was able to throw out like 20 million bags of garbage. So that was pretty exciting.
How many Beanie Babies were there?
Oh my gosh, like at least 50.
Oh my God.
And I even Googled them to see if they were worth anything. Yeah.
You have to. That could be real money you're throwing out.
I know.
Real money.
And my mom even bought like the tag protectors, and she put.
Daniel, what about you?
All right. Well, first of all, just circling back to what Starla and Sarah were talking about, how disappointing it was that they were just like super seniors when it came to 401. The bright side of that, selfishly, is if you guys had graduated and you're supposed to, like Allie's group did right before quarantine, you would have been a part of the group once the whole quarantine thing happened. Since you weren't, when you guys came in, it was just like an injection to the apprentice cast. So it was really good to have new people in there to bounce and do scenes with and everything. So there's a positive to you guys getting left behind.
Let's drink to Daniel because he's super positive. Look at him. Are you drinking an IPA, Daniel Clanton? Is that an IPA?
No, it is ginger beer.
I was like, I've never seen you drink.
Oh man.
Yes, it is.
And yeah, that is quality. Good ginger beer.
Yes.
All right, Sharon, I'm coming to you. Sharon,
I didn't tell you my thing. I'm sorry, I was too busy.
Oh, yeah, tell me your thing.
Throwing out
Too busy
platitudes.
being positive, Daniel.
Yes, I'm sorry. Not quick. Something I never thought that I would do, that I've started doing and it's really changed my life, is eating poke. So yeah, the thought of ingesting raw fish.
So good.
Yes. Yeah, always off my list. But during this time, yeah, I live right down the street from a poke place. Go there at least 3-4 times a week.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Look at you. Listen, Daniel was my student and he came in and he took the workshop and he was so quiet. He was so quiet and he signed up for the class. And I was like, oh shit, how's this going to go? And then we broke down that exterior. I mean, he was delightful because he's a delightful person, but I was just like, he's so quiet. And now, I mean, Daniel, just to have seen you like blossom and just be such, I mean, you were always a charmer, but just to see you like step out has just been, I loved it.
Well, there's so many stories I can tell that led to me showing up that day, because I was really going through my personal in my head excuse Rolodex of why not to go down there on Saturday. They already have my money. They won't care if I don't show up. I don't know this Tanya Wagner person anyway, so she won't care if I don't show up. What does it matter? Nobody's gonna care. But yeah, I forced myself, and I'm glad I did.
We're all glad you did. Very glad.
I am also.
Yep, for sure. So Sharon, what's something that you have done over quarantine that you didn't think you would do?
Something, well, I'm not a chef, much of a chef. and nor am I much of a gardener. So something I thought that I would not do is start growing little edible microgreens on my countertop in a little box. I think the moment when I was like, "Are you okay, Sharon?" is when I found myself just, carefully trimming them with the scissors to harvest them and eat them. That's really not me. I did it, it's empty right now. I did it like 3 or 4 times and I was like, microgreens, nutrient dense, yes, yes. And then I was like, no, the cutting, I'm done. So it didn't last, but I tried.
I love that. See, now I don't feel so bad about my bath bombs. Let me see what the ring is. Okay.
Can I also say that I'm a faniel? I just
Is when you said that one of your kids was a faniel.
They both are.
Yeah.
So my kids are religious viewers of the Whole World online shows, and Daniel, you are one of their favorites for sure.
We are all faniel fans on this blessed day.
Now,
I want to get to the last.
I was going to say it's
really
because
quick.
I watch the same television shows that your daughter or son do. Sharon, that's how it is.
Maybe.
So, Starla, what's something you've started doing you didn't think you would do?
I didn't think anything about this until tonight. They're down, right? And then all of a sudden, everybody started screaming, "Why do you have on a wig? Why do you have on a wig?"
I didn't know she had long hair.
I'm like, I haven't had this long a hair since I was probably 8 or 9 years old. And I don't like to be hot. And this is okay. I'm going to tell you way too much. It's fine and thin, right? But and they said that the cool thing is that you put it in a knot on the top of your head, and then you pull the hair through, and you make it like a peacock. So you got a peacock on the top of your head. And sometimes it works, and a lot of times it don't. But my cousin, who's a hairdresser, she would be so proud of me because I have grown out my hair, and I also can put it up like a peacock. So
that better be the chorus of your song. Make it like a peacock.
That is. I've sung that song many times to my husband. Let's make it like a peacock. Woof.
That could have multiple meanings. Okay, John.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I've been going to sleep to Oxygen Network, and my husband is now sleeping with one eye open. I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah.
Actually, another friend of ours from the theater, Katie Janis, she got me hooked on My Favorite Murder, the podcast. And I picked her up to bring her to my place, and the Bluetooth, it just happened. And she's just like, "Oh, is that My Favorite Murder? I listened to that." And I'm just like, "Why, yes, it is." So she started talking about somehow my daughter is into true crime and this stuff. So I just started watching true crime with her. I didn't know I was going to be one of those people, but this became something with me and my daughter, that because her mother, of course, would never let her watch true crime. I mean, as soon as she gets to my place, "What's on Netflix, Dad? What's on?" And yes,
for sure.
Well, her mother knows now. It's out on the internet.
It's on the interwebs.
That is, and from the beginning of quarantine, nobody's mentioned it yet, but we all remember the Tiger King, right? And then
yes. I made my husband watch that with me, and he was just like, about episode 4, he finally looked at me from his perch on the couch and said, "What the fuck are we watching?"
And
I mean, you have to expose her to what men can be like in the future. So
I still haven't watched Tiger King.
I haven't watched Tiger King.
You
It's
are
so good.
fired.
We're gonna have
You
to
are
have a watch
fired.
party.
And I'm
We're gonna
not.
have to have a watch party on this.
I did watch Bridgerton though.
You sound
Give
like
me your man card right now. Give me your man card.
Yeah, I was with you, Scuba. I said, yeah, Scuba, I haven't watched Tiger King either. There's so much other stuff on Netflix. But that Bridgerton part, yeah.
Bridgerton is actually pretty good.
Murder and the Mormons. That's the latest good one
Oh, I'm gonna
On
watch
Net-
that.
on Netflix.
The Haunting
I do.
series, Haunting Hill, Haunting Bly.
Oh yeah.
So
good stuff.
Cameron and Sarah, what's something you guys have done over quarantine that you never thought you would do?
I mean, I've started dyeing my hair purple. And I never, ever, ever thought I would do that. And I've started doing my makeup for fun. Like, I'll just wake up on a random day, like a Saturday, and just do my makeup.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I've gotten
Something I didn't think we would do in the next year or two is, well, we bought a condo right in the middle of quarantine because prices just dropped. And then, like, I don't know how long after, maybe like a
1
week.
month.
Did we get bunnies?
Mhm.
Yeah, 1 month after we got two bunnies, and so we're bunny parents now.
Get that. I love that. So, I want to, first of all, I want to thank all of you guys for sharing tonight. And here's what I would like to say to everyone out there. We've talked a lot about mental health during quarantine. We've had people come on, we've had people talk about it. It's serious, guys. There are people who are not doing well, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay that they're not. There are times that we are all not doing well. Yet again, it's okay. It's okay. If we can all sort of lean on each other and feel like, we can talk about these, I think the real thing about quarantine is I think it has taught a lot of us to be closer to the people that really matter to us, to understand what it means to really need people, to understand what it really means to be there for people. And what a great lesson to learn. What a great lesson to learn. And we're also learning things about ourselves and taking time for ourselves. So we're all going to get through this. We've made it a year. We can make it several months more. That's my prerogative. That's my positivity. We can make it. We can all do this together. And Lee is going to sing us out with a song tonight about everything we have learned about everyone.
To stand up, but I had to sit down because there was a raging bug going around the town. I was gonna take a trip, I was gonna take a cruise, but now I'm stuck at home with the COVID-19 blues. So it's kind of funny, I adopted a bunny. I went through my childhood, didn't get let off by Donald Trump, and that is just part of my quarantine trip. Oh, my quarantine trip. I like to make it like a peacock. Kudos to teachers. I like sports, but I can't get a seat in the bleacher house. But my stuff is still in boxes. I got made a new apprentice. And I didn't do a show. One more verse. Okay. I dyed my hair purple. I love eating poke. It's called the dregs. This whole year is not a loss.
Oh my see you back here next. Oh, no.